welcome to Practical Smokers, where we light up in the latest of cigar culture while providing a healthy dose of humor and news. I'm your host, Cole Parker, with my fellow co-host, Jay Money. Oh, he's almost there.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Money, man. You know what we doing. We chasing money till the money chase us.
Okay, I love it. There you go. It's got it popping and cracking and popping.
And coughing and kicking
I love it.
all day long.
And you know what's dope? We got these dope-ass hat pieces.
Oh, man, it's fly,
right?
man.
They all dope. You notice they all in our shots. You all see them as y'all progress.
Yes.
But all these are motherfucking crazy.
But I look fly, though. I definitely look fly.
You definitely gonna fly away. We'll say this close to that. It's almost got the sombrero look. You know you're the Mexican on the show.
Senor.
All right. Well, because of that, we have a special guest in the house. We have Ilona.
Yo, straight from Brooklyn.
Straight Brooklyn, Flatbush.
No.
That just follows my Brooklyn. Brooklyn, Flatbush, it automatically comes out. Who actually is the curator and the owner of Fedora Designs.
Yep.
And these pieces are actually handcrafted by Ilona herself.
Yes, sir.
I love it. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
we're so glad to have you on here.
We definitely are.
Thank you. You guys need a little sprinkle of estrogen.
That's
Always.
But you know what's funny? So our last couple of shows, we've had women.
Yes.
Okay.
We've had Shannon from Patio. Speaking of which, we're here at the Patio Social Club, 3150 Highland Parkway in Smyrna, Georgia. We had Angela from Sweet and Sassy. She makes baubles and things like that. Angela's pretty known in the cigar industry. But we've had quite a few women on our show. We embrace women.
Good.
Yeah.
You know, we got Brittany on the 1s and 2s. Brittany's on the director. We always got it.
Good. And then I'm also rocking
Shannon's shirt. That's from a
that's
cigar
fly.
you there from last week.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She got some dope pieces.
Yeah, so it's all about within the cigar community, especially here in Atlanta. One of the things is we support each other.
That's what we do,
right? And I love that because we all root for each other,
right?
Which you don't get in a lot of other communities.
That is correct.
So.
I agree.
But we're a family, right? So one thing about Cigar Culture Atlanta, it's unlike anywhere else. There is nowhere like Atlanta when it comes to cigar culture. And because of that, I think we all kind of just grew up together and last like 15 years. You know, it's relatively new. Rick Davis is one of the major people to really push the cigar culture here in Atlanta. He was with MAX, which is Metro Atlanta's Cigar Society, and it just blossomed and grew from there. You know,
I don't know what it is about Atlanta, man, but Atlanta, it creates a lot of starts.
Well, you know why? Because it was nothing here before. It was just a town.
That's
Before
what
the
it
Olympics,
was?
it became a city.
Okay.
Post-Olympics, it became a city.
So that's what you're going with.
It was a town.
Okay.
It's undeniable. It was a town.
Talk to the guy who's from Atlanta.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's a town.
That's what it was.
It was definitely
That's
a town.
what we're going to go with.
I mean, I don't know what we're going to call anything else.
Did you guys know that Atlanta cigar community is 50% women?
I didn't know. I don't know about 50%.
50%.
Really?
Oh,
Now
wow.
that I didn't know. I know it's quite a bit though. I love the fact that there are cigar smokers
That's
that
awesome.
are women because it is such a male-dominated industry. But I do love the fact that women they step out, they show out. You know, we've had the team of Atlanta Cigar Week on here right before their event.
Yeah.
We had a great time, and of course, it's always women laced in fedoras and outfits. It's just a good time.
Yeah.
Good time.
Very sexy.
So, what actually started you with the fedora designing, right? So, like, was it something you was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a fancy hat for myself. Is that like really what kicked it off?
No. So what's crazy is I've always worn hats, just plain hats, right? All types of hats my entire life. Living in New York, I was living in Harlem before I moved to Atlanta 4 years ago now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I walked into like one of the hat stores that I used to get hats from, and they had like feathers and pins at the time. And I never thought about accessorizing hats, or it wasn't even a business for me. So I asked the guy to create something. He did it, and I didn't like it. I've always been creative, but I just didn't know where to put that energy into. I've always worked in IT.
Okay.
Right, and so think of IT as you're not very creative.
Right.
You don't
Now you're
have
an
the
HAT.
Right. Right. And so I was like, let me just do something myself, and then I created it myself in the store, and he was like, okay, that came out nice. This lady asked for me to create her hat while we were in there. And then, so then I went to the fashion district, and I was like, let me just buy some fabrics and feathers and pins. did that, started doing my own. Would wear it because I was working on Wall Street, right?
Yeah.
So I would commute from Harlem to Wall Street. That's a 30-minute commute, and in that commute, people would come up to me, "Oh my God, I love your hat." You know, I was like, "Okay, I made it myself," but it still never registered as
a business,
right? Because I never saw myself as someone to create a business. I always saw myself as someone to climb the corporate ladder, right? Because I think, you know, growing up and seeing people around me, and yeah, there's people that have businesses, but I kind of disassociate with business owners and think, oh no, I'm going to be the best at, you know, in corporate, right? And I'm going to keep climbing. And so the pandemic happened.
That changed everything.
We started being remote.
Yes.
Right.
I was home by myself, and I needed to put my creativity to use.
Okay.
So I started buying stuff, right? So that's when Amazon and all this stuff, right, to come to the house. About 2 months into the pandemic, one of my girlfriends here, she was like, "You going a little crazy in that 600 square foot apartment in Harlem?" She was like, "Come." She was like, "Atlanta's open. Come to Atlanta."
Yeah.
And so I came to Atlanta, and I ended up buying a house a month later.
Oh wow.
I got called to do Atlanta Cigar Week.
Okay.
Right. It still wasn't a business, so I had to LLC and register it. And it registered a month before September came along.
Okay. So you barely made it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
September came along. That was my first vending experience in 2020.
Okay.
And it really took off from there. So so for me, everyone that I know to this day came from September 2020. Yeah, so people from all around, because I think everyone tried to get out of the house, and travel, and so I think that year kicked off a lot of things for a lot of people, and so it really kicked off for me. So
you know, I always say that the pandemic showed us, you know, a lot. It showed us that we could get out here and do it ourselves.
The people had to be creative. They were losing jobs and all kind of different things. You know, people were in a state of panic.
So
you know,
so I got a question for you. Can you walk us through just your creative process for when you're designing a hat?
It's so interesting because I could look at you and get a vibe and create a hat off of it, right? Or I could look at, or I could see something. I could see a tree outside, and then I get inspired by it. And so the creative process, and I always say this, is I feel like I walked into a God-given talent because it comes easy to me, right? To constantly create, recreate, reinvent, do different things. I'm always trying to move the needle against what everyone else is doing and try to create something different. So that's my creative process. There's no like one step, two step, three step.
Well, what type of materials do you use? Like, do you have like a set? Like, I see yours have reminiscences of paint, card, feather, pins, lace,
snakeskin,
panties.
Yep.
You do get
I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna do it.
You do get panties from your sombrero.
Yeah, see.
Yeah. So all my actual hats are 100% wool.
Okay.
For me, I care about quality more than anything else.
Yeah, and let me tell y'all, man, the quality of this hat, man. You look at it, you touch it, you feel it.
Stiff brim.
Oh my God, it's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything that you would want in a hat, you know. But you know, when you say you could look at me and make one, I want you to do just that for me.
Okay.
I want you to make me a hat, and when you make it for me, I'll come and get it.
I think the panties work.
Right, the panties one is
Don't listen to this.
that work.
You do whatever you want to do with it, you know. All right.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Wait. So from 1 to 10, right? 1 is simple, classy. To 10 is super funky. Where do you rank?
I could do either or.
He probably dead center.
Yeah.
I'm more funky.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
I could do funky, but I think I'm either or. So dead center with
okay. Like this would be a 10.
That would be a 10?
Oh, really?
Oh, well, I can do that.
Than that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can do a 10 then.
You can actually wipe some armpits on my shit.
Gotcha.
You know, you can get mine real funky. Use panties on mine. That's so stupid.
Put Erica Badu panties on mine.
Oh no, don't put everybody nowhere near my shit. No incense, no nothing. Right? So is it like in your lab, right? Do you like set it up where you have like different materials, different items? When you do your hats, do you have like a general price point? Because there are other fedora designers that like charge you per item, right? So per item. How do you more do yours? Do you do like more flat rate and
Yeah. So number one, so I have a showroom downtown Hapeville. Opened that up a couple months ago.
Hapeville, not far from the airport.
Yep.
Because it sounds far to people who are not from Atlanta.
Right.
Yeah, Hapeville like a whole different city. Like
Yeah.
No, it's right
blacks
there.
not allowed.
It's right there.
Right.
South Fulton.
Okay.
So appointment only, right? So it's 1,000 square foot showroom, right? So I have it situated in a way where you can see everything. I have a lot of clients that even fly in just to come in and design a hat with me, right? So I have a lot of my materials, so everything is set up in a certain way.
Okay. And they just opened it up with the porch. When Porsche came over there.
Yeah.
Man,
so I'm right down the street from Porsche.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
Yeah. So the price point is pretty flat rate. Anything from super simple 200, average hat 250, goes up to about 350.
Okay.
All right, depends on the materials. Like I have a fur collection where I use real fur, so that's in the threes.
Okay, which makes sense.
Yeah. So a lot of the ones that I have here is my new collection.
Okay.
Right, with the lace and the snakeskin.
Okay.
So it's called serpentine lace
Oh.
collection,
right.
right, in time for Valentine's Day and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Okay.
So those are all 250. I know the one right behind you is cigar holder,
Okay.
right? So that I call the leaf series. Those are very, very popular.
Okay.
So those are also 250. So I mean, I would say average is 250.
Oh, it actually has a holder for a cigar.
Yep.
Oh, that's fly.
You smoke one now and you leave one for later.
Ah,
Yeah, so,
that's
now
yeah.
I later joint. Okay.
Yeah. So I created the cigar holder about, I want to say 3 years ago, 4
Okay.
years ago, like when I first started, and then I started to see, you start to see other people get inspired.
Yeah.
That's what I like the word.
Get inspired.
They say, duplication is a form of flattery or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, some people mimic things you do. We talked about that a couple shows ago.
Yeah.
But that does happen, right?
Yeah.
Because what works. It happens in TV, music,
Yep, everything.
everything,
Everything.
even design, not except the big red clunky comic book boots. I hate them shits.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's nothing remotely should be close to that ever in life.
Yeah.
You know.
But I have to say though, can I speak to
Please.
the whole the imitation thing?
Yes.
It's one of those things where in the beginning, I'm from Brooklyn, right?
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
in my blood, and I'm Russian.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So it's in my blood.
Right.
Okay.
At first, I would get mad, right? But then I had to start to realize, like, listen, every big brand, right? They got fake Yeezys, they got fake Nikes, they got fake,
I put somebody with a trunk full of them right now.
I mean, you and me both.
Right. But at the end of the day, I'm like, listen, if you're a true creative, right? I'm always gonna be 5 to 10 to 15 steps ahead of somebody
Right.
who's trying to mimic something that's from years ago.
Right.
Mhm.
So to me, I'm like, it is what it is.
Like, fuck it,
right?
I put a lighter and a cut on that bad boy.
Right.
It is. It
Which
is
is
what
dope.
it is.
Then I can rip your shit off,
Right,
man.
'cause
Y'all took that shit from me.
Right.
People always try to borrow a lighter and a cutter.
Yeah.
But it would be dope to put one in there.
Right.
You know what? How about this? Yes, I got one.
Right.
Put it back.
It's just with anything, right? Like, okay, you want to create the dollar store version, right?
Right.
Of
Yeah.
something.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
So, what challenges have you faced as a woman entrepreneur in the fashion industry, in the cigar industry, and how have you overcome those challenges?
Good question. I've always been in male-dominated everything,
Yeah.
Being in IT, it makes sense.
right?
Yeah.
IT, corporate, friends,
Culture.
Russian.
Russian,
Yeah.
right? And feeling different.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You know what I mean? Like that's been like a thing my whole life.
Okay.
Challenges, I would say I bootstrap the business, right? Everything that comes in, I pay. My day job, all the money that I make with that, I pay, right? So it's not like I don't have any investors. I don't have any men that pay bills. I don't have any of those
Sugar
things.
daddies.
Right.
No sugar daddies. You know what I mean?
Fedora
'Cause-
daddies.
No,
Fedora daddies.
no, because I think, and from New York versus Atlanta, I think that's more of an Atlanta thing that I've seen.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what I
That's
agree.
That's
The
true.
sugar daddy thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
but I've never had that, right?
Right.
And so the biggest challenge for me has always been, I fund my own business,
Right.
right? And then trying to steer it in a way of like what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. I had to take a lot of L's, and you accumulate debt, and and all this stuff. So that has really been the biggest challenge for me. I've never had a sense of feeling uncomfortable anywhere, because I'm the person that I used to smoke cigars, and I would be the only woman in the room.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I'll travel all over the world, and I'll go to cigar spots, and I don't get intimidated. Right. I just don't give a shit.
Do they try to sun you? Or they be like, what,
no.
you smoking a fruity joint?
No.
They don't even try to sun you? Okay, that's good.
No one ever tries me.
Yeah.
Maybe
okay.
because, right, it's maybe I have
Russian blood.
Yeah.
Right,
right.
Yeah, and I don't give a shit.
Right. That's good.
And when you look comfortable doing the things you like to do, ain't nobody gonna test you on that.
So in thinking back, right, I consider myself a creative as well. I think everybody in the room would agree. I'm very creative with all kind of shit, right? What is your favorite hat that you ever made? Like your one you was like, oh, I kill that shit. Like, do you have one piece that stands out among everything else?
You know what's crazy? That's like, and I don't have kids, right?
Okay.
But that's like saying, pick your favorite child.
But we all have favorite children.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Please let's not get into this conversation.
Yeah, well, you just don't want to say that.
I don't have favorite children. I love all my kids.
Not the same. There's always one that is just you, right? When it comes to parenting, like that one kid, you be like, you know what? I hate and love this moment because they're me. They're me. And that becomes a primary focus, which makes it in so many elements the one that gets the most attention, which makes it the most favorite, right? But there had to be a piece when you step back like, oh shit. Right.
So I think my fur collection.
Your fur collection is it?
Yeah. So I always wore fur, like real fur, like coats and vests and stuff.
Yeah.
And you from LA, right? So
correct.
You guys know.
I got fur on my collar on my coat now, and I just got that coat for like Christmas.
Raccoon.
Right. It's definitely Beaver-esque.
And so I was like, let me create something that no one has done.
Yeah.
And I put fur, real fur, on a hat, and I thought, man, what? I did that.
It's $50,000 alpaca.
You know that you block that shit. Oh shit, that's squirrel tail. About to kill him.
Yeah.
But it's always shifting for me. Right? Then I create something else. Then I create something else. Then I create something else. But I think that's the one that stands out.
So do you think that being a cigar smoker, and especially because Atlanta is really it for combining fashion as well as cigars, right? So it's an easy marriage in Atlanta. The marriage of fashion and cigars is such an easy marriage. Do you think that has made it easier for you in business because so many other people hasn't made it overly competitive? How do you think that applies to you when it comes to your business, and especially in
like what sets you apart?
A very saturated market of cigar smokers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely think the fact that we're so into fashion here, especially with the cigar community, and I think also people being into custom stuff, it definitely gave me an opportunity to really grow, because I think if this had happened in New York, it wouldn't have happened just because we're more friendly down here.
Right.
And more open down here versus other cities, right? Like a LA or Miami or New York.
It's almost you gotta be the shit before they even start supporting you.
Right.
Like the whole Dapper Dan and
you gotta be somewhere, right? You gotta be famous or whatever it is.
Or you gotta have somebody aligned with your brand.
Right.
Yeah. Have you had any celebrities aligned with your brand that's worked out for you?
Yeah, I have a bunch of celebs. Not in terms of like a collaboration. Okay. But I have
no ambassadors, nothing?
No ambassadors. Okay. Anthony Hamilton has a few of my hats.
That's right.
Ed Lover has my hats.
Ed's definitely a family friend.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. It's a whole bunch of different celebs, but that's the two that come to mind because they have.
Okay.
So how do you see your business evolving in the future, and what new projects do you have going on right now? Or products that you might have in the works. What do you got?
So right now I'm designing my showroom.
Okay.
That's nice.
So that's a big.
Okay.
Right? That's like a big thing.
So are you using like some of the materials you use on hat, like on the wall? Like, are you freaking it as a full collab? Like a wall for the fur collection. Probably got a little fur on it. The wall for I done gave you an idea. I'm good at this. So, you know, something that you have, like you said, the cigar holder collection, or just a cigar holder. What was this collection?
Leaf series.
Leaf series.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, is that a separate thing? Like, how are you showcasing? We'll talk about
And if you need any models, you know, you can always hit us.
I have been working with this interior design firm.
Awesome.
For like renderings. So we've been going back and forth.
Okay.
Right. So I haven't started it yet.
Okay.
But I've been like accumulating ideas.
All right.
My goal is to. So I'm a what's the word?
Executor.
Executor.
Okay.
English is not my first
That's
language.
okay. So you get the concept. You like to execute the concept.
And I go right away. Right. I'm not a person to sit on an
You're
idea.
a procrastinator.
I'm not a procrastinator. And so my thing, in my mind, I'm like, I want this to be done by the end of February.
Oh, I love
and
it.
this is me doing everything.
Yeah,
Right? They
yeah.
just give me an idea, and then I have to go and execute and build. And like I've had some furniture come, I build the furniture myself.
Really?
The couch and the table.
You don't
and
reupholster too, do you?
a what?
Reupholstery. You've been like putting the new material.
No.
furniture,
Well,
okay.
you know, the IKEA or the whatever
Right.
it is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
But you
yeah.
can still freak that with some of your stuff. You know, there's so many ways that you
Right.
can,
Right.
include your elements of design.
Yeah, so that's my biggest project right now that I'm working on.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so
I got goosebumps.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
good.
exciting.
Keep your goosebumps
I
yourself. I don't
I
want to
always
catch it.
create. I always create new
You've been on
collections.
penicillin a long time. I don't know if I want to catch his goosebumps.
leave Jay alone. Poor Jay.
It's okay. It happens every show.
Yeah. So I'm always doing new collections.
Okay.
Right. I like to drop collections all the time. Valentine's Day. I know Valentine's Day is coming up.
Okay.
So I created. So I do this thing called Design and Dine.
Okay.
I've done a couple events where people come in, I have a chef come in, I have a liquor sponsor come in, and you come and design and pick out your own accessories, right? And like almost
Copy
like
that.
sip and paint, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm doing something like that for Valentine's Day. So you pick a time slot, you and your whoever, you come in and design a hat with me, you have a bottle of champagne. So to me, I think of it's something creative, something different.
How much does it cost? How much is it a couple?
So a couple is $500.
Okay, and that includes the two hats? Or
That
what?
includes the two hats.
Okay.
Oh,
That's a good deal.
that's a great deal.
And you both leave with the two hats.
Awesome.
Oh,
Okay.
And you get a bottle of champagne,
That's
Okay.
great.
right? So you get to sip while you.
And this is in your showroom,
in my showroom,
which is located at the address?
downtown Hapeville.
What's the address?
Well, it's private showroom, right? So you
Okay.
have to make an appointment. So if you go on my website, fedoradesigns.com, I have all the information on
Copy that. Okay.
Yeah.
FedoraDesigns.com.
Yep.
That's Russian for that's my trap house. I
Right.
can't tell you.
You can't find me that easy.
You're right.
Yeah, so what it is it's private.
Yes.
You know, you won't know unless I'm fucking there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So don't ask no fucking more questions.
And it changes every day.
Right. You want to come up missing? Keep asking.
Right.
All right,
So-
so go ahead.
What advice would you give other women who are interested in opening up their own businesses in the fashion industry? Well, what advice would you give?
Or just open your own business.
Opening
you
their
know?
own.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my thing is, and I actually tell this to people all the time, especially with kids, like, you know, sometimes volunteering with like high school kids. Try anything and everything, because you never know what you're gonna accidentally step into.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of
Great
focusing, I think too many people focus on what someone else is doing,
Yeah.
right? Or what someone else is successful at.
Right.
And you think you want to jump on
Mimic
that
that.
bandwagon.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And do that same thing, but you're not, you're trying to work, you're trying to create something in someone else's journey.
Somebody else's dream.
Right, someone else's dream,
Right.
right? It's not yours.
Right.
So you're going to keep having issues,
Yeah.
right, throughout the way. And so my thing is, try different things.
Try
like
different things.
open up yourself to different things. Like listen, like start reading books. Listen to different like business podcasts, like, you know, on finance and all that stuff,
Yes,
right? And so you never know what you're going to stumble into.
I love it. So you're our first guest that we got this new game that we're implementing, and it is called This or That.
Yes.
So what This or That is, we're going to ask all of our guests 5 questions. We've already answered as the practical smokers what we're going to what your response may be. For everyone that we get wrong, we take a shot. For if we get all of the ones that you said, if we get all of them right, like whatever you said, if all of us got the exact same answer right, then our guests take a shot.
Okay.
All right, so let's go. Question number 1. I got all of us right here. All right. When it comes to cigar pairing, I know this is gonna be hard, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Would you go with whiskey or would you go with wine?
Wine.
Okay. Britt, you gotta take a shot. Britt was wrong. Off camera, Britt's taking a shot.
Britt's taking
all
a
right,
shot.
next one. Would you prefer to dress up or dress down?
Up.
Dang it. Jay gotta take shots.
I got that.
Yeah, I know you do the hands, but you know,
Well,
we know
yeah,
we know you're corporate like that. It's all right. Okay. Dinner date or adventurous activity?
Adventurous.
You take a shot. We all got that one right. Okay. Gifts or quality time?
Quality time.
You take a shot. We all got that one right. Yeah. Last but not least, high heels or flats?
High heels.
Damn it, I take a shot.
Oh yeah, you didn't see she had high heels on right now?
Yeah, but you know.
Oh man, you're not.
Could have been for the show. Anyway, thank you so much for participating in that game.
That was good.
That was good. That
was good.
Okay. I want to thank you again for coming on. Wait, you got show us the magazine. She's on the cover of a magazine.
That's right.
Sofu, right?
Yep. Sofu.
Okay. Directly towards the camera.
Yeah.
Sofu Lifestyle. So they did a feature on me. So the magazine is not available for anyone except the ones living in South Fulton County.
Hence Sofu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna go out there and get it. I know somebody who live out there. They get me his.
Yep. So they put me on the cover, but
That
they
is
also
dope.
put a story.
You got a spread in there too. Oh, look what the fur!
Oh,
that's the fur on the head!
That's the
You
fur.
killing it!
Killing them.
Oh, those
That's
are
the
sexy.
fur.
That's a
Yeah,
sexy
I like
shoe.
that.
That's the first.
Oh, that is amazing.
Señorita, muy bonita.
See, I told you he's a Mexican. That is amazing.
Spanish.
Yep.
He's a Mexican.
Yep.
Don't down bring me like
I'm
that.
from LA. We got like black, white, Mexican, Chinese. We ain't got a lot of things. But anyway, I want to thank you so much for coming on the Practical Smoke, having a smoke with us, you know, kicking it with us. Tell people how to find you on social media.
Yep. So Instagram at Fedora Designs, website www.fedoradesigns.com, Facebook Fedora Designs.
I like people who are like just have everything the same.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect.
It was professional.
Yeah, I would agree. Segue into the next person. Jay, how can we find you on social media?
That's why you was stuttering. Because you're over here trying to bullshit me and try to fly on me like that, man. I don't appreciate that.
How do we find
you
you
can
on
find me
social
on
media?
Instagram at JDMoney1000. You can also find me on X at JDNero. It's the same shit.
Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Practical Smokers.
Where can they find you at?
Follow us at Practical Smokers. And I'm simple on everything. I'm Cole D. Parker. All I'm going to say is thank you for coming again. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
It was a great time. These hats are fly. Make sure you get one. I'm going to see something about, well, Valentine's Day is really, really soon. But if you continue those couple of things, I might even try to put together a private one. We just got to figure out how many people. Because I got a little crew of people. We might do that.
Okay.
I think it's really dope. It's a great price point.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you for coming to the show. Make sure you subscribe. Stay humble. Stay blessed. Stay lit. We out.
We out. Peace.
Bye.